All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how just going outside and throwing axes isn't going to make you accurate and how you really need to pay attention where your axe is hitting on the target. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, Midgardians, axe throwers, axe lovers. It's Wes. I am from, I am Midgard Axe. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. I know we did. We spent most of the time outside throwing axes. And I'll post a little video of my aunt here. She was tossing axes for the first time. She did really well. But it kind of brought me into this, which I had planned on making this video anyway, which was if you go outside and you throw, and that's the only thing you do is just pick up the axe and throw, will that make you accurate? Throwing will definitely make you accurate, and that's required in order to get accuracy when you're throwing an axe. But if you guys want to get there faster, there is a little bit more involved than just going outside and throwing an axe and going, oh, I need to keep throwing to get accurate. That's only half of it, okay? There's a couple more things you need to realize when you're throwing an axe. Your missed axe throws are going to tell you everything about why you're missing. Just a lot of people don't realize it. When you throw your axe into the target, like you guys, if you guys haven't seen my previous video, go to my page and go to how to throw an axe. I go into all the mechanics on actually how to throw. Okay, so if you haven't seen that video, I recommend watching it. It's going to give you everything you need to become accurate with power and consistency. Okay, so when you guys get to throwing and you're throwing your axe and you're hitting the target, you really need to pay attention as to where your axe is hitting. That's going to tell you why you're missing left, why you're missing right, up and down. Your missed throws give you all the information that you need as to why you're not accurate. I've made a tic-tac-toe pattern behind me, and I'm going to start with the right side and work my way to the left, and then I'm going to start from the top and work my way to the bottom, okay? Right side over. If you're hitting in any of this area right in here on the right side, that usually means one of two things. You're either not following through with your throw, okay? You're either standing straight up and you're not following all the way through, okay? So you're kind of just doing one of these numbers and stopping. And your hand is too far outside of your body to the right. So when you go to throw right here, instead of coming over like this and releasing here, you're coming to the side and throwing right here. So of course, when I throw like that and I release over here, it's going to fly and hit here instead of bringing your arm over more and releasing here, okay? So you got to remember that on the right side, it's usually because either you're not following through or you're standing up straight and you're releasing way out here and your arm is not closer to your head. You got to remember that when you first start throwing, you're going to have to kind of progress. So you got to start with basics. So taking this axe and throwing it over your head will prevent a lot of axes from hitting on the right side, okay? Because you're not throwing sidearm and you're not standing straight up, you're following through. So the easiest thing to remember, follow through, don't throw to the side, and make sure that you're coming over the top and releasing when you're supposed to release. When you're throwing and you're hitting all on the right side, watch your release point, watch where your arm's going, and make sure you're following through on your throws, okay? You want to make sure that your axe is lined up over here as vertical as possible. You want to make sure that you're releasing the axe where you're supposed to release it, and you're not coming to the side and releasing it too early, okay? Left side. We're going to start on the left side and working our way over. Usually when you start throwing over here, there's a couple different reasons why you're hitting in this area over here. And usually it's because you're coming across your body when you throw. You're doing this, you're coming across your body, and then when your brain realizes that you're coming across, you're releasing your axe way too late, okay? So if I'm standing here like this and I go to throw, I should be releasing here, but then I bring the axe across and I release right here, which causes the axe to hit here, okay? So make sure that your arm is not coming across your body. How you can prevent that is to come straight over the top, okay? When you come straight over the top, you're not going to have that ability to move your arm over because your arm is parallel up and down to you, and it's really hard to move it this way. So make sure you're staying straight up and down, and you won't get that left side of the target here. Also, a lot of people will throw over here and hit that left side because they're over they're overextending their body, and when they're following through, they're over following through. And what happens is that when they're over following through, they're paying attention so much to following through that they don't realize they need to release the axe. So they'll follow through all the way over, and they're like, oh crap, I gotta release the axe, and they release it way over here, okay? So that's when you'll get it hitting over here. They're following, they're doing what I call an over follow through, and they're releasing way too late, okay? So make sure you pay attention. If you're hitting a lot over here, more than likely it's because you're coming across your body and releasing late. You're releasing the handle way too late, which is causing it to hit over here, okay? So make sure you pay attention to your follow through, releasing that axe a little earlier, and make sure that you're coming over the top and not across your body. Okay, and the next one we need to go over is going to be these lines right here, okay? Usually when people start hitting here, here, and here above this line, it's normally, most of the time, it's because they're releasing their axe way too early, which you could go into the same things from over here and over here, but most of the time when you're throwing it way high, it's because you're releasing your axe too early, and that's usually because you're standing up and throwing and you're not following through with your throws, or you're releasing the axe way too early. So if you're hitting a lot up here, it's probably because of one of those two reasons. And then the next one is going to be your line right here. If you're throwing down here to any of these areas right here, it's normally because you're following through with your throw, and then you're releasing your axe way too late. You're holding on to the axe way too much. You need to let it go a little earlier to get it to go higher, okay? Or it could be that you're overextending your follow through and you're paying too much attention to that, and you need to realize that your follow through is important, but you got to make sure that you're releasing your axe at a decent time, because if you don't, you're going to hold on to it too long, and then you're going to get hits down here, okay? If you notice that a lot of your throws are either hitting on this side or either on this side, maybe you should concentrate more on getting your arm a little bit more vertical up and down, so that way you can hit somewhere in here first, okay? If you can start getting your axe here, here, and here, and cure that left and right problem, then you can hone in on the bullseye. But if you're, a lot of your throws are over on this side, concentrate on releasing the axe a little earlier and get more in this area. Then once you get more in this area, then you can start fine tuning. If you get more in this area and get out of the left and right areas, and you start seeing that you're hitting up here, you're releasing the axe. Oh, excuse me, guys. You're releasing the axe a little too early. So you need to start making sure that your hand goes down a little bit farther down more before you release. If you start hitting down here a lot, it's because you're holding on to the axe too long. You need to make sure you release it a little earlier. And then you can start getting in this area right here. You're not going to be perfect every time, but these missed axe throws will give you a great idea as where you're throwing and why you're throwing it that way, instead of just going outside and throwing your axe and going, man, I keep throwing my axe and I keep missing. I just need to throw more. Well, you really need to know why you're missing. And this right here will give you guys a good example as to why you're missing and how you can correct it. But until next time, guys, I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate everybody doing what they're doing. Until next time, guys, see you.